Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introduction, my name is Ardya Firanti Mutiara Nursopian. I am from the 3 nursing study program. Here I am here for news or I good story. I will start reading lesson 1. Hospital. Hospital is largest and most complex form of medical facility. It deals with patients who need complex diagnosis, projected treatment in eye hospital is team effort. The physician eye district responsible for eye patient welfare. All the hospital personnel support the work of the physician. Eye hospital has many departments. There are medical and surgical service, food service, laboratory, sickness and X-ray department, medical record department, pharmacy and rehabilitation department. There are many kinds of hospital. Acute care hospital include primary, secondary, and tertiary institution. The notably primary hospital are located in rural areas. The secondary hospital. Okay, next, listen to Nurse Jane Jones and her action. Jane Jones was going to school the morning I card school. Her down her right leg was broken just below the cane. Some people who saw the action laid her in comfortable position of the patient and phoned for an ambulance. The driver of the car that Hugner Jack then covered her with a coat and tied off from her when the ambulance afraid James was lifted onto a stretcher, put into the ambulance and referred to a hospital that was not far away. When she arrived at the casualty department, she was admitted. The nurse was admitted. He gave injection of morphine to combat the shock and the pain. The doctor, who explained her, comforted her and told her that everything will be alright. While the doctor was examining her, the nurse who was admitted took her pulse and blood pressure as just what was later and custard. She was given an antibiotic to prevent the onset of infection. She was taken to X-ray department while the X-ray exam was being carried out. Jane's parts are read at the hospital. The doctor who examined Jane told him that Jane had student eye covered fractured tibia and fibula. He explained that eye operation was nursing and asked Mr. Smith to cite as coins from where Mr. Smith was giving Jane's partial and brief medical history to the nurse before Jane first left the hospital. The week when they could visit her and were given a list of the needs that she would need. Next, Mr. Jack and his security. In the theater, Jack will be given an anesthetic and his ward will be explored. The X-ray were taken by the radiographer. Here we saw the surgeon. The X-ray site and extent of the fracture did or deteriorated tissue will be excised and a small split of bone will be removed. The surgeon will perform the operation using a no-touch technique to reduce the chances of infection. When the surgeon is satisfied that the wound is as clean as possible, he will dust it off with an antibiotic powder. He will then suture it and cover it with a sterile couch dressing. Any areas that the raw will be dressed with the sterile Vaseline Vertulum gauzy. The surgeon will now be able to treat the fracture as closed. He will record the bone into anatomical points and the leg will be put in the plaster of Paris. Jack then will be taken back to an orthopedic ward. When the post-operative patient like Jack arrive in the ward, they are carefully lifted from the screen and laid in a special private bin. The foot of the bin is often raised on modern blocks. The patient is placed on his back with his head turned to one side as he generally still oscillation and artificial airway is in patient, and a nurse stays with him to ensure that his airway is kept clear. She also checks in pulse rate and volume, his color, and the rate and the depth of the patient. Okay, next, lesson 3. The kidneys. There are two kidneys in the body and they are situated on either side vertebral column between these mostly of the back and abdomen. Each kidney is approximately 100 cm long, 6 cm width, and 4 cm thick, and one egg weighs about 140 grams. The major function of the kidneys is the remove water produced from the body by producing urine that contains about 1 million microscopic unstimulated nerves. Their function is to reduce and filter out the blood in the body on every 12 minutes. They remove waste materials from the blood and return a small substation to the records. In this way, they enable the blood pressures to remain constant. The process of filtering the blood is followed. First of all, blood enters the kidneys from renal artery and flows into glomeruli, small tunnels of capillaries with a filters fluid, then passes in the Bowman capsule, but here filters does not allow blood clots and larger protein molecule to enter the capsules. Next, the ward. The ward is the patient home during his stay in hospital. It is the place in which he spends his day, eats and sleeps, and where his personal needs are catered for. I will painted were present. I played safe and comfortable environment every moment for patients and staff. The planning of what I seen for Neo's hospital and for moderation schemes in older one has referred I regret that I are conditioned in the vaccine patient were allowed of only for short percent during convalescence. The modern practice of early ambulance has made it ethical and still to provide adequate space for radiation and surface bathing and toilet facilities. Brick colors have been iced to create a colorful atmosphere in the ward, and furniture has been designed to suit the different needs of patients. At another problem on which hospital planners have focused their attention is the request of university needs the use of plastic equipment and the provision of central dish washing and sterilizing department have been a great help. Eliminating noise. The queens of art cleaning has also been taken into consideration by the planners. Nowadays, the floors and walls are made of materials that can withstand very frequent washing and polishing. More furniture and fittings have been designed to permit AC cleaning and maintenance. Okay, next, listen for Mr. Jack and his sugary. In the teacher, Jack will be given an arsenic and his ward will be explored. The exercise which were taken by the radiographer will show the surgeon the exact site and extent of the fracture. The deadly tissue will be exit and any small splinters of bone will be removed. The surgeon will perform the operation. I now touch he to reduce the signs of infection. When the surgeon is satisfied that the ward is as clean as possible, he will dust it off with an antibiotic. Further, he will then sutures in and cover it with a sterile dressing. Any areas that the raw will be dressed with the sterile Vaseline Fertulum gauze. The surgeon will now be able to treat the fracture as closed. He will reduce the bones into anatomical position, and the leg will be put in the plaster of Paris. Jack then will be taken back to an orthopedic ward. When the post-operating patient like Jack are placed in the ward, they carefully lifted from the stretchers and laid and specialist prepared bin. The foot of the bin is often raised on wooden floor. The patient is placed on his back with his head turned to one side, as he generally still conscious. An artificial airway is in fashion, and I nurse stay with him to ensure that his airway is kept clear. She also check his pulse rate and volume, his color, and the rate and the depth of the revision. Okay, next, with Maria. With Maria is my favorite with Miff. She cares our patient in the word very careful. She is very good. I greet with wife. She speaks calmly and explains about the programs of patient disease clearly. She is beautiful and smart. Every morning, she always smiles and says hello to all patients in the world, but sometimes she is angry with patient when the patient does not follow the instruction. She always controls all of patient condition at 10 o'clock in the morning. She often takes vital sake of patient, and sometimes she gives us medicine to take when she has night shift. She always controls all patients in the ward in the middle of night. It here is sometimes with her patients. She also calls and reports the doctor in cry at emergency room. When Maria lives in hospital dormitory, so she does need transportation to go to her dormitory. All patients in the ward like wife Maria very much. Okay, that is from me more or less sorry. Okay, I close. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dadah.